Yes, sir. Who was my toughest and most brutal opponent in the ring? That's hard to say because you have so many matches in your career. I will tell you this. People love to say wrestling's fake, right? How many know Ric Flair? Okay, there you go. Anyway, Ric Flair is in the business considered a bump man. And that's a guy that flies and bumps and takes these things. How many know what a backdrop is? Well, a backdrop is where they throw you into the ropes, you come off the rope, the guy bends over, catapults you into the air, you flip in the air, and you land on the mat flat on your back. It thumps you a little. You know, it's like getting blindsided in football, kind of. Kaboom, you get there. Think of this for a moment. Ric Flair takes a minimum of at least 3 backdrops a match, right? He wrestles 300 times a year. That means he takes 900 backdrops a year. Ric Flair's wrestled for 30 years. That means he's taken 27,000 times he's been thrown into a rope, flipped in the air, landed flat on his back, where if you don't land right, you go see the chiropractor. Now think of that, 27,000 times, and that's not going to have an adverse effect on you? Did you know they did a study and found pro wrestlers die more often and younger than pro football players do because of the brutality of the business? Oh yeah, think back to Wrestlemania 1. There ain't hardly none of us left. Wrestlemania 1, myself, Tito Santana, Ricky Steamboat, Hulk Hogan. Boy, it kind of starts ending right there. Andre's dead, John Studd's dead, Roddy Piper's dead, Paul Orndorff's dead, Junkyard Dog's dead. Do I need to go on? Literally, there ain't no one hardly left from WrestleMania 1. I feel fortunate to be standing here in front of you. You know, still being able to communicate, walk, and, you know, do the things I do, but I got my issues too. I turn 73 next month, and, you know, nobody is, who is it? I think Jim Morrison said it. Nobody gets out of here alive. How many know Jim Morrison of the Doors? Nobody gets out of here alive. So anyway, further question. Who's my top? I'll tell you who I like to wrestle the most. Tito Santana. Tito said in his book, he paid me the greatest compliment anyone could ever pay me for my wrestling career. Tito wrote in his book, he said, Jesse Ventura was the master at getting the most out of a crowd by doing the least. And I had matches with Tito where they tell us, okay, you got to get us at least 20 minutes. Okay, we'll get you 20, no problem. Tito and I'd go out there and the announcer would announce 10 minutes gone, and we hadn't even touched each other yet. And yet the fans have been out of their chairs 2 or 3 times, up and down. And it was all me taking my earrings out one at a time, getting the heat. You gotta do things to get the heat with you, not Tito, you. So they'd say 10 minutes gone and the match would be half over and we hadn't even touched each other yet. Probably that's why I'm alive today. You know, I would attribute that may be the reason I'm still in front of you today. Because I was a great believer in the psychology end of the business. And they called that walking and talking.